Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. The Dark Side of the Dimensions movie pack was released in July of 2016 and introduced new cards and support used by the 3 characters in the movie, Yugi, Kaiba, and Aigami. It introduced the cubic archetype while also releasing support for archetypes used by Yugi and Kaiba, some highlights being Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, as well as Silver and Gold Gadget. Guys and gals, welcome back to the History Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey. Welcome to Season 3, or the Big 101, I don't know what I'm gonna call this. We'll probably run with the Season 3 shtick for 2 episodes and then forget about it, I'll be honest. And I'll be perfectly honest, by the time I'm making this and recording this deck breakdown, I'm not sure yet where I will have this because of the new different set breakdown style that we're doing, so I'm not honestly sure if you're seeing mine or Jeexx's deck perspective next or first, so we'll just have to see. We'll figure this stuff out as we go. But welcome to Dark Side of the Dimensions movie pack as well as OTS2, and we're playing Blue Eyes today. There's basically like, you have gadgets, you have the Dark Magician Girl stuff, you have Blue Eyes, you have cubics. That's kind of it, what you have in the Dark Side of the Dimensions movie pack, and obviously I'm a big Blue Eyes fan. I'm like your average Joe in that regard, so we had to play Blue Eyes for this. Without further ado, let's go through the cards and see what we are working with. And some of this stuff I think we've seen before, so I'll try to be brief about it. But starting us off with our 3-offs, we have Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Basically, when a card effect is activated, target this card quick effect, you can spell summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. And then when this card is targeted for an attack, you can negate the attack, change battle position of this card, and spell summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Basically, this is all. If anyone tries to do anything about it, it just gets you a Blue Eyes. It's also a level 1 tuner, which is really nice, so like your opponent wants to deal with it, because otherwise you just normal this and then you can sit on it, and next turn it's got a Blue Eyes on board. It's really good. It's just 2 very simple effects, and it's hard to deal with, so it just gets our Blue Eyes on the board. Next, for our other 3-off, Sage with Eyes of Blue. When it's normal summoned, you can add a level 1 light tuner from your deck to your hand, except another copy of Sage with Eyes of Blue. And then you can discard this card to target an effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do spell summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck. And this is neat because if you have something like Maiden on the board, you discard Sage, target Maiden, Maiden's targeting happens to special out a Blue Eyes, and same thing happens here. And yeah. The specifically thing here is though that this special summons a Blue Eyes monster from your deck, and all of these are with Eyes of Blue, so you can't get anything, any tuners with Sage, which in some cases might be a little awkward, but obviously being able to just put 3 beast sticks on the board, 3k beast sticks on the board and have them in circulation is really neat. Very good cards. Then for our 1-offs, we have Master with Eyes of Blue. On normal summon, you can target a level 1 light tuner in your graveyard to add it to your hand, and then you can shuffle this card from your graveyard in the deck to target an effect monster you control. Send it to your graveyard if you do spell summon Blue Eyes monster from specifically your graveyard other than the monster you sent. It's just a basically worse Sage, but it also has recursion, which is nice sometimes to have, so that's why we played as a 1-off. And then we have a Protector with Eyes of Blue here. Also gives us access to, I'll say, the Sylvan High Protector because of the name. Protector on normal summon, you can also summon a light level 1 tuner from your hand, and then you can target an effect monster you control, send it to your graveyard if you just pull some Blue Eyes monster specifically from your hand. Protector, definitely the worst one. It gets you stuff with Maiden, I guess, but stuff running from the hand, like, isn't that great. And like being able to special summon a light tuner doesn't really matter because all, like, other than Maiden, like Sage and Master want to be normal summoned. So you can summon like something to have a body on the board one of the white stones, but Protector definitely the worst one of the bunch. Then we have a single copy of the White Stone of Legend. If it's sent to your graveyard by any means, you add a blue white dragon from your deck to your hand. It's fine as a one-off. And then the White Stone of Ancients, where once per turn during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard, hopefully by the way, I'm realizing again, but I need to stop recording when I have my dishwasher on. Hopefully it's not picking it up. Usually it's been pretty good and not picking the sound up, but hopefully it's not picking it up. If it is, I'm so sorry. The White Stone of Ancients. In the end phase, once per turn, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can spell summon a blue eyes monster from your deck, and then you can banish this card from your graveyard to target blue eyes monster in your graveyard to add it back to your hand. It's very neat. And then we have a blue eyes white dragon and 3 copies, my 3 favorite arts. It's just a vanilla, everything gets it in circulation, very good to have. Was alternative white dragon, which is a new card from the set. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summon from your hand by revealing a bluish white dragon in your hand. You can only special summon this card's name once per turn this way, and its name becomes bluish white dragon while on the field or in the grave, which is very important, obviously, for the tuner summons. And then once per turn, you can target a monster your opponent controls to destroy it, and you can attack the alternative white dragon to turn you activate this effect. It's a blue eyes that now just has a pop and a way to put it on the field. It's incredibly good. It's so nice to have. Dragon Spirit of the White, also a level 8, but now 25 and 2000. Always treated as a blue eyes card and is treated as a normal monster while in the hand or graveyard. And then when it's normal special summon, you can target the spell trap your opponent controls, banish it. And if your opponent controls any monster, you can quick attack tribute this card, special summon a blue eyes white dragon specifically from your hand. It's very neat. Then we have Blue as Chaos Max Dragon, also new here. Can be summoned with Chaos Form. Chaos Form basically is sending you can tribute monster from your hand or field and or banish specifically Blue Eyes White Dragon or Dark Magician from your graveyard to equal the level of the Chaos ritual monster you're trying to summon. And that's what we're using to summon out Chaos Max. 4000 attack, 0 defense. Important stat line Stella can be added with Melody of Awakening Dragon. And very simple, cannot be targeted with card effects and cannot be destroyed by your opponent card effect. And if it attacks a defense person monster, you inflict double piercing battle damage, which I still to this day don't know if there's another card that has double piercing. Essentially, swing this into a 0 defense monster and it literally just OTKs on the spot. And yeah, can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects and has 4k attack. Kaiju it or you perish, basically. Mausoleum of White, 3 copies, as well as 3 terraforming. It's not that great that you would want to play this, but obviously the rest of our stuff here is from the ODS2, so we need to fill out the stuff from the set. Mausoleum of White, during a Mayfest, you can normal summon a level 1 Light Tuner in addition to a normal summon or set. You gain this effect once per turn, and then once per turn you can target a face monster you control to send a normal monster from hand or deck to graveyard. If you do, the target monster gains attack and defense equal to the level of the monster sent times 100 until the end of this turn. And then you can banish this to add a version with destruction from your deck to your hand. The normal monster is the only thing that we really care about, like giving something 800 is kinda whatever. It is nice to be able to pitch those cards from your hand to get them in circulation, because we don't have stuff like Twin Twisters, but still, like, the normal is the big thing. Then we just have the single copy burst with destruction. If you control Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls, and Blue Eyes White Dragon you control can attack the turn you activate this card. Important to note that alternative becomes a Blue Eyes White Dragon in the field or grave as well. So if you have alternative on the field, you can also use this, which is neat because it can't attack anyway. So you get to pop something with this, and then pop. If they somehow put something again on board, you get to pop more. But we're probably siding out of this in games 2 and 3. 3 MST, backcourt sucks, which one are big beak stakes. 3 Polymerization, 2 fusion summon are fusions, 3 terraforming like I said. And then for the side deck, Deep Eyes White Dragon is bad. When a face of Blue Eyes monster you control is destroyed by a battle or an opponent card effect, and you have a Dragon type monster in your graveyard, you can spell summon this card from your hand, burn your opponent for 600 for each Dragon type monster with different names in your graveyard. And then if it's normal, spell summon, you target a Dragon monster in your graveyard to make this card's attack become equal to that monster's. And then if this card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. It's a gimmick. It's not a level 8, it's a level 10. I just wanted to have it just a one-off. I'm not going to be playing this most likely. So we got my seal just to tribute off anything Jeexx has that might be problematic to deal with. Otherwise, we can obviously beat over basically anything in the game. So something that we can't beat over, or maybe well immune that I've overlooked, like Gamma-Seal is nice to have for that. 3 Regeki, once again, like if somehow we can beat over something, then we can just right click them off. Choose a summon down. 1000 LP, Manifold mentioned that most of your opponents controls and in their graveyard. Basically only affects gadgets here, but obviously this has always been such an insanely good side deck card. So if for whatever reason you still on gadgets, then obviously this just basically wins the game. So Melody of Awakening Dragon, we will 100% be setting all 3 of these in games 2 and 3. Discard 1 card, add up to 2 Dragon Monster with 3000 or more and 2000 or less defense from your deck to your hand. Give us a way to pitch our White Stones, and also gets us stuff like Chaos Max and Alternative to our hand. It's just insanely good. And then triple Wiretap finally. When a trap is activated, negate the activation if you shuffle it into the deck. We're not playing any traps except for Wiretap, but if Jeexx is playing through Legacy support, something that's pretty back row heavy, then we might side in this. As for the extra deck, I guess I'll start here. We have the Alsay, which is generic level rank 8. Once per turn, you can declare 1 card named extra top card of your deck if it's the declared card at your hand, otherwise sent to the graveyard. And then if a card is sent from your deck to your graveyard by a card effect, except during the damage step, you can deal each one to target a card in the field placed on the top or bottom of the deck. Basically, just we can stack Jeexx stuff by pitching stuff from top of our deck, and obviously like a lot of our stuff likes being in the grave, so we don't mind this at all. Rank 8, just 2 Blue Eyes makes it's very good. And like I said, like access this through a protector with Ice Blue. Then we have Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner, 1+ non-tuner Blue Eyes monster. Basically, it's just a level 9, so any of the tuners with Blue Eyes makes it. And to play against, spell summon 2 or more monsters at the same time. Once per turn, when this was printed here because they wanted Blue Eyes to be the stuff to Pendulum decks. And then once per turn, when an effect of a card in the graveyard is activated, you can negate the activation. And then, as a quick effect, you can tribute this Synchro Summon card to spell summon another 1 light dragon Synchro monster from your extra deck in defense position, except Spirit Dragon, but destroyed during the end phase of this turn. And what we would summon with this is Azure Eye Silver Dragon, once again a level 9. Again, and both of these have the reverse Blue Eyes stat line, with instead having 3k defense instead of attack. The Silver Dragon on spell summon until next turn, neither playing a target dragon monster, you can control with card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by card effects. And then once per turn during your standby phase, you can target a normal monster in your graveyard to spell summon. Neat, just gets the stuff in the on the field. And important, like Dragon Spirit White is treated as a normal monster on the hand or graveyard, so we can also spell summon that to remove back row. Silver Dragon, very good. Then we have the big new thing, and Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, level 12, that takes 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. And at the end of the damage step, if this is the only face-up card you control and this Fusion Summon card attacked, you can send a Blue Eyes Fusion monster from your extra to your graveyard, doesn't matter which. And this card can attack again in a row, and then you can use this fact up to twice per turn, basically giving it 3 attacks because 3 Blue Eyes. And then during either player's turn where the card effect is activated target Blue Eye monster you control, you can banish this card from your graveyard, negate the activation if you do destroy that card. So it gives you also a little bit of protection. But basically, like if you summon this thing, like you're probably just winning on the spot. The more likely fusion summon that we will get on the board, though, Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon takes 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons instead. Must either be fusion summoned or spell summoned by sending a bomb monster you control to the graveyard. It cannot be destroyed by battle and can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. And at the end of the damage step, when this card attacks an opponent's monster, but not the opponent's monster was not destroyed by battle, you can banish the monster. So once again, like if there's something that's battle immune to being destroyed by battle, Twin Burst Dragon deals with it. Yep, nice solid 12 minutes. I think really straightforward deck. I think like this era of Blue Eyes is one of my favorites because the deck is so simple to pilot, and you know me, I'm dumb. And it's some of that cool stuff, like Chaos Max is a cool fucking boss monster. It's a baller ass card that just fucking hits your opponent like a truck. Alternative just gives you some removal, like tuners are nice, I don't know. It's just give me a trade in here to change some of the cards out, and like we're cooking with gas. But I'm actually very excited to be playing this, and genuinely I have no idea what Jeexx is playing, other than he's definitely not going to be on Blue Eyes because he's the #1 hater of Blue Eyes on this earth. So it'll be interesting to see what he's playing, and if Jeexx is after, then enjoy his deck breakdown. If Jeexx was before, then I will see you in the dueling zone. Like I said, we're still figuring out the order, but regardless, enjoy the rest of the episode, and I will see you soon.
Okay, we're playing Dark Side Dimensions, which is the set that they fast-tracked so that Blue Eyes could win Worlds. I am still mad. Fuck you, Konami. So, we have Dark Magician of Chaos in here, because Dark Magician of Chaos is a level 8 decent power, a beat stick that has the effect of, whenever it's summoned, in the phase of that turn, you can add a spell card from your graveyard to your hand. We have we have stuff like Mirage of Nightmare, Forceful Sentry, MST, and Cold Sarcophagus, and even Dimension Fusion in here. And we also have like Raigeki as well, which we're going to be citing in. The reason why we're not like playing that many copies of Dimension Fusion is because Dimension Fusion is largely just for the fact that we have these two in here. We have BLS and Dark Magician of Chaos. Dark Magician of Chaos can recur Dimension Fusion and thus recurring itself essentially endlessly. But yeah. Then we have Malicious as tribute fodder and as synchro fodder. We have Caress, the Light Monarch, which is in here to work in conjunction with our gadgets and also our ultimate offering and Mirage of Nightmare. Caress has the effect when it's normal summon or spell summon. You can target up to two cards on the field and destroy those targets. And if you do, each player can draw one card for each of the cards that they controlled that were destroyed by this effect. Cannot attack on the turn with normal or spell summon. So the main idea would be to ultimate offering. Play Ultimate Offering, filter my deck out using gadgets, summon Karaz, and also like use Ultimate Offering, have Mirage of Nightmare up, flip Mirage of Nightmare draws 4, and then I throw out my hand entirely, and then I in my opponent's battle phase also tribute summon Karaz to pop my Mirage of Nightmare to draw one at least, and also make it so that I don't end up losing the cards that I drew from Mirage of Nightmare. And then we have obviously gadgets. Search for gadgets. BLS is in here because I have a couple of darks and lights that I can use. Forceful Sentry, look at your opponent's hand and select one card from among them and return it to his or her deck, and then that deck is shuffled. Ultimate Offering, you can pay your life points during your main phase or opponent's battle phase to normal summon or set one monster. Dimension Fusion, pay 2,000 life points to special summon as many monsters from the banished zone as possible. Called Sarcophagus, banish one card from your deck during your deck face up during your next seconds. I'm having a hard time speaking. Banish one card from your deck face up during your second standby phase. After the activation of this card, add that card to the hand. Mirage of Nightmare. We haven't seen this card in fucking ages. We haven't seen this card since like Pharaonic Guardian or something. Like I was playing a really janky zombie deck, if I remember correctly, in Pharaonic Guardian. But yeah, we have once per turn during your opponent's standby phase, draw cards up until you have 4 cards in your hand. And if you do during your next standby phase, after that, randomly discard the same number of cards you drew or your entire hand if you do not have enough cards. So important note: this is like strangely enough, if you get rid of Mirage of Nightmare, the second effect does not activate because it's like you can destroy this card before this effect activates, because it's a separate effect that requires for the first effect to have activated, if that makes sense. Rather than all of this just being a part of the same effect. So, then we have Mystical Space Typhoon. 3 copies of that. We have Countergate, we have Digger Destiny. Countergate has the effect that when your opponent's monster declares their attack, you negate the attack, and if you do, draw 1 card, and if it is a monster, immediately if this effect resolves, you can normal summon it in face of attack position. Digger Destiny, when you take battle damage, draw 1 card, and if this card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can draw cards equal to the number of Digger Destiny in your graveyard. Dimension Guardian, activate this card by targeting 1 face of attack position monster control. It cannot be destroyed by battle card effects if the target monster leaves the battlefield. Destroy this card. Mirage, Dimension Mirage, activate this card by targeting 1 face of attack position monster control. Your opponent controls. At the end of the damage step, when they attack a monster, but the attack target was not destroyed by battle, you can banish 1 monster from your graveyard, and it must attack again in a row. If the target monster leaves the field, destroy this card. So, Spiritual Soldier Revealing Light, once per attack, when the opponent's monster declares an attack, you can pay 1,000 life points and negate the attack. And then during your opponent's turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard, and this turn your opponent's monsters can attack directly. That second effect is why it's here for the most part. The first effect happens to just be also fairly useful. Clear Karibo. When an opponent activates a monster effect that would inflict damage, quick effect, you can discard this card and negate the activation. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can banish this card from the graveyard, draw 1, and if it's a monster, you can spell summon it and then change the attack target to it. Marsh Macaron, if this card is for battle or card effect, you can spell summon 2 Marsh Macarons from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Other than this card, obviously. Gold Gadget, when this card is normal spell summon, you can spell summon 1 level 4 machine monster from your hand, and if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can spell summon 1 gadget from a level 4 gadget from your deck. and you can only use one effect per turn and only once that turn. Silver Gadget, and same effect, like literally just the same effect but different name. You're supposed to use them in conjunction. Plague Spreader Zombie is in here as filler mostly, but also for synchro plays. Gaia is in here for the word Gaia, but it can be normal summoned, special summoned if my opponent controls a monster and I control no monsters. Can be fairly useful. Slifer is also like an alternate wing con in this essentially. Sentry Soldier of Stone is here to give me Forceful Sentry and the word Soldier. Assault Wyvern is in here to give me the word Wyvern essentially. And then we have Demag, Malicious, Plasma. Plasma is kind of weird because Plasma can't be used summoned with Ultimate Offering on my opponent's turn. But it was here with the intention of originally doing that. But then I ended up just deciding that it might be worth it to have a thing that I can cash out with, because it's a special summon. So if I happen to have Ultimate Offering out, or if I happen to just hit 3 cards and this is in my head, I can use this and I can yoink whatever my opponent has, which can be useful. Exodus, the Ultimate Forbidden Lord, is in here to recycle all my gadgets. Gandora X, the Dragon of Demolition. When this card is no longer spell summoned from your hand, you can destroy as many other cards on the field as possible. And if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the highest original attack on the field among those cards, those destroyed monsters. And this card's attack becomes equal to the damage inflicted to your opponent by this card effect. Once per turn during your end phase, half your HP, half your LP. Another Karaz, another Cold Sarg, another Raigeki, one more copy of each gadget. Crimson Nova Trinity, the Cubic Lord, is in here for fucking a gazillion keywords. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is in here for Ultimate and also Neo to an extent. Then we have Ascension Sky Dragon, which we get from Slifer the Sky Dragon, which is a World Championship promo. It's essentially a worse version of Slifer that on summon checks for how many cards you have in hand. And then if all the monsters that were used for the synchro summon of this card are in your graveyard... when this card you control is destroyed by your opponent's card and sent to your graveyard, if all the monsters that were used for its synchro summon are in the graveyard, you can spell summon all of them, but their effects don't get it, which is pretty good as an effect. Chidori has the effect of if this card is synchro summoned using a Blackwing monster, it's treated as tuner, that's whatever. This card gains tuner attack for each Blackwing monster in your graveyard, that's also kind of whatever. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one wing-based synchro monster in your graveyard, except Chidori, and special summon it, which is also kind of whatever. Clearing, obviously Clearing is a really easy card to get into because of the fact that it's a clear wing synchro. It's, I think, wait, I swear, I'm not flipping. There has to be a card in here, right? Clear, wing, synchro. Wait. I swear there was a card that I had from my. Ignore me. I might be mistaken. I'll have to double check that. But Dark Strike Fighter, it's in here from Dark, which is from Dark Magician. And then we also have Red Wyvern. No, Dark Magician, it's Dark Cubic Lord. Yeah. And then we have Red Wyvern, which is in here from Assault Wyvern. And then we have Crimson Blader, which is in here from Cubic Lord. And then we have Knight from Gaia. So we have Antiluminous Knight, Kari, and Korrigan. We have Dark, again from Dark Cubic Lord. And we have Extan Knight, which is also again from Gaia. And then we have Lancelot, Dark Knight, which is again from Fierce Knight or from Trinity, blah, and Sky Pegasus, because we have Slifer, the Sky Dragon. But yeah, that about does it. I'm kinda nervous that this deck will not perform in any way, shape, or form. But we will see. Anyhow, good luck with the games.
What is up, ladies and lads, and welcome back to Season 3 of the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. Actually, though, like, nothing is pretty much changing. We're just being
It has... Don't lie, the naming format is different.
Naming format is different, and set breakdowns are different, and...
Huge!
We're in the triple digits now.
Massive!
You know what else is massive?
This losing streak?
The low taper fade meme.
Yeah. The what now?
Anyways,
What is
Don't worry about it. Anyways, today we are playing Dark Side of the Dimensions movie pack as well as
okay, bro.
OTS 2.
Check this shit out. I'm gonna normal summon Green Gadget.
Go for it.
I'm going to add to my hand Red Gadget. Your move.
What year is it? That's power move. I'll give it up.
Filtering my deck, you know.
That is true.
That's what that does.
Well, I think I will normal summon Maiden with Eyes of Blue.
Go for it, yeah.
Then I would like to pitch from my hand a Sage with Eyes of Blue to target Maiden.
Yeah.
And then I would like to special summon out 2 different blue eyes, if you don't mind. And I would like to do this. And I would like to do this. Then I would like to reveal from my hand a Blue Eyes White Dragon to special summon out. Awesome.
Yeah.
That was really epic and swag.
Yeah, isn't it cool? Isn't it cool?
It's phenomenal. You know how I said
Yeah.
in my test hands that it was all gonna be ass anyway, and then I open up literally like an OTK grip.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Anyway, so let's do some signing. And we are back. And
We're so back.
last episode, 4 hours. This episode, 4 minutes.
Holy shit.
My fucking god.
Normal summon gold gadget, activate gold
actually
gadgets,
good
special
gadgets
summon
this
red
time.
Gadgets, add to my hand a yellow gadget. There we go. And then I'm gonna check what I actually have in here. I'm gonna overlay these two, and I'm gonna make a... I'm just gonna make Exiton Knight. And then I'm gonna...
Pretty gas.
Set, pass.
2 back row. I see. How do I want to do this? I think I could do it this way, I guess. No, let's not be greedy. Yeah, I'd rather do this. I would like to normal summon the White Stone of Ancients. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Alright. Then I would like to pitch Sage with Eyes of Blues to send White Stone of Ancients to the grave. Summon a Blue Eyes monster from my deck.
Okay.
And I think honestly, I think we'll go Dragon Spirit of White. Anything on the summon?
Nope.
I would like to banish this thing.
Yep. Oh, banish.
Yep, I mean, not like it probably matters.
There are dark magicians in this set. You are aware, right?
I am aware. It's almost as if the Dark Side of the Dimensions movie pack was Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, and fucking cubic stuff. I was thinking of just going something bigger, so Exton isn't online, but we need to deal with it at some point anyway, so yep.
Yep.
And then main 2, I don't think there is anything. Yeah, we'll go end phase and resolve Ancients. And we'll get a Blue Eyes in circulation.
What?
And that'll be all.
Oh, stand by main. Wow.
How many knights there are, by the way? Because I feel like that's something that's
many.
hit every time.
every single set usually has a knight of some kind in it.
'Cause I
So
was
we could
gonna
just
say,
make
like,
him generic.
I think that as like
Or
after
Vanna.
dragon, that might be the most like a common
No, actually,
word.
knight isn't as common as dragon or even warrior, but
I mean,
it's
definitely
like it's
not.
up there.
But
Like
like,
magician,
I
it's
assure
like
you,
dragon,
dragon is number
magician.
one.
Yeah, 100%.
They're probably
Dragon,
like third pages.
magician, warrior, knight, and I think that's like those are the most common three. Common
And
four.
then hero, just because the archetype has 10
Yeah.
billion support cards.
Straight up, honestly.
Yeah.
This could get destroyed, right? You can read this card. Yeah, I can just do that. I'll just detach one to pop everything on the board.
Yep. We'll elect to not use the effect of white.
Yep. Okay. Everything other than Exiton Knight goes a buckle. And then I normal summon Gold Gadget, and I special summon Silver Gadget, and I special summon Yellow Gadget, and I add to my hand a Green Gadget.
And you make Shockmaster.
And then we have 1.7, 3.4, not quite enough.
Your opponent takes no damage this turn anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Exodon would be pretty fucking broken if that clause wasn't there.
This is like the part where like I think the Shockmaster ban makes so much sense because if Shockmaster wasn't banned and I had some way
Shockmaster
of
plus
getting
Exodon would be kind of funny.
I would just do it here, like straight up.
I mean,
there would be no reason.
If you're
to not
ever
do it.
up on cards and you can make Shockmaster pretty much every time, especially when you have interaction like Exciton, like there is basically no reason
Yeah, exactly.
to not make it.
I'm just gonna make. Oh well, this is not the. There we go. Just gonna make a Carney Gorgon and pass.
Sure. And this is not a quick effect. No. I will take the turn. I think. Yeah, let's go normal summon Master with Ice Blue.
Okay.
And then I will grab back to hand Sage. And I mean, it doesn't matter. We will pitch Sage to target Master. Would you like to change the target to send something else?
I don't think that like. Oh wait, no.
I don't even know.
Sorry,
if
it's an
works.
effect. Yeah. It does work. It does work. 'Cause
Okay.
it doesn't have to. No, I think. Wait.
It
says
says
you control, so it have to be
yeah,
appropriate.
that's the thing. So
Yeah.
I guess it would only
Yeah.
work if I had two different targets, but
Yeah. But that is fine. That is okay. That is acceptable.
all right. So we will go this, and then once again we will special out a blue ice monster from my deck. And honestly, I have one blue eyes in circulation, right? I think I would like to get another one. So we will go my favorite blue eyes art. And we will get this thingy. Someone okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Then I guess that doesn't really matter. You have these here. Yeah, I think we go use it or lose it here. So battle phase and attempt to declare on Exciton.
Yep.
Yep.
I have to do this.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what else. Then after X time is almost, I activate Silver Gadget to special summon from my deck a gadget.
Yep.
I special summon. Where is it? I special summon a gold gadget. Wait, what? Where did? Okay, it disappeared from my deck, but it took him out. And then activating gold gadget effect, I would like to special summon out green gadget, and then green gadget adds to my hand a red.
Yep. Main 2. I mean, I think this is as good time as any. We'll fire off system down here. I think it's fucking insane value, so might as well do
Yeah,
it.
it's almost like my guy sitting in Gigabook and what the fuck, man? I can't win. It's impossible.
Yeah, I mean, we know it was
I
in the
mean-
OTS too, and there was basically nothing else there to really put in, so might as well.
I should have put in Dragon Capture Jars. Oh my god. Wait, can you get Dragon Capture Jar from Dragon?
No, we agreed that dragon is the one word that doesn't give you anything just because
Like
it's
this-
like 30 pages.
It's like the weirdest thing. Because
Yeah.
there's not many spells or traps that have dragon in their name.
Yeah.
But there's a gazillion cards that have dragon in their like monster name. It's fucking. How do you get a Dragon Capture Jar? Is there any card in the game other than jar?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Any other
like you
card in the
have like all the jars, then you have a jar of avarice and jar of greed, but other than that, like not really. Imagine if we included like all the like conjunction, everything like that, like off with stuff like that.
But even-
it would have been funny, but obviously
This would be thoroughly unplayable.
yeah, I mean it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
We will banish Restart of Ancients and grab Sage back to hand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any like banishing shenanigans that you have, but I might as well do it now. But that is all I can do.
Alrighty then, chat room. I summon out Red Gadget. And
In your
I
battle
add
phase?
to my hand. Oh, it shouldn't be in battle phase. Oh, I accidentally overclicked.
Yeah, it's all G.
It's whatever. I add a yellow gadget and then I attack.
Yep.
Yeah. Gores.
I will take both. No gores.
Then I activate Mirage of Nightmare and I pass.
Okay, we play Mirage.
Okay.
And draw standby.
Draw 3.
Yep. And then main one.
This is on my hand.
So wait, you drew 3?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
to draw 3. It's up to 4.
Yeah, it's just like keeping track of how many pitches there are. Do I just... yep, let's go for it. Normal Maiden.
Mm-hmm.
Pitch Sage. Targeting Maiden. I'll just grab Spirit of White and banish your thing, so you get you just
don't
get
do that,
to
don't do that, don't do
draw
that.
3.
Don't do that.
That would be funny. Actually, wait, do
yeah.
I? Yeah, it would be really funny, huh?
Come on, man. Don't do it.
I mean, wait,
Can't
this
move
is
alternative.
this only from deck. Okay,
what do you
so
No, it's
you
not.
can. Okay, it's a you can. I was gonna say because this is literally the only legal targets because alternatives need to be spell summon from your hand. You can't get them from deck. So this is literally the only legal target I have. Obviously, then Maiden can summon from grave as well.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's not a mandatory. So I will not be doing that.
Hell yeah.
As funny as it would be.
Sucker. He still hasn't caught on to what the point of my deck is.
Deck out yourself.
No.
Deck yourself.
There is an actual point to this. The biggest issue was just that I drew into like a gazillion gadgets in my first 3 draws instead of drawing into any
Yeah, I
of
mean,
the relevant
gadgets are a
cards.
good way to filter through your deck quickly. So, I mean,
Yeah, like the main game plan of this deck is supposed to be Omega Janky, and it's supposed to be going around specific things.
I'm excited. Anyways, swing
It's
over
not gonna
red
happen.
for
It's not
double
gonna
100.
happen.
So then you have a monster. So I would like to tribute Spirit of White to special out a Blue Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for 11, and then for 3,000. Main 2.
Harbinger. Harbinger. Oh wait, you can't get hope here. It's Harbinger Dragon. Hope. Something or other, I think. It's Hope Harbinger.
This is only for effects. Target effect monster here. Actually, yeah, that would have been better because that would have allowed me to go into synchro plays. Yeah, that's me being dumb. Yeah, I definitely fucked up there. I should have rather gone into.
Bro sitting here with 2 blue eyes. It's like, yeah, I fucked up, guys. It's your wire, guys.
It could have been something better, you know.
It could have been Azure Dragon. Yeah.
No,
Not wrong about that.
I could have used Master to go into one of the synchros. So. And I mean, if you can make Azure Eyes, then why would you not make Azure Eyes? But yeah, so let's go end phase, and then your draw, and then stand by, you discard randomly 3. I can throw dice if you want to shuffle your hand.
Yeah.
So one, let's go this one, the middle one. Ooh, malicious!
We stay winning.
No, violation tasantella. So like, how do I count 6 bits? Right, let's go. This one.
I for some reason can't see what you're targeting.
It's your second from left.
Okay. Yellow gadget, baby.
Oh, would it be right? Okay, now I know. And then let's see, the first from right.
First from right. Red gadget, baby.
All right, and then you
Then
cook.
I'll banish a malicious to summon out a malicious in defense position. Yeah, and then I set 1 and I pass.
Yep. And draw standby.
Draw 3. Hell yeah, this sucks ass. Holy shit! What do you mean I drew this? Fuck off! I could have got literally anything else. And I got these. Fuck you.
I'll say effect. I'll declare alternative. Why dragon?
Standby? Okay, I was wondering if you were still.
It is not that, so status MST gets into okay. And card effect sends a thingy, so we will detach 1, 2. We'll put the set card on top of your deck, I think. Then. Oh, this is so janky. Bro, it would be so fucking funny. It would be so funny, but it doesn't work. Honest to God, I think I am going to normal White Stone of Ancients. Then we will. Let me do this right. I don't think there's anything else here. No, we will use effect of Master to shuffle it into the deck. Monster from your grave other than, yeah, okay. This goes, gets shuffled back into the deck. I will drop this thing and I will summon out a blue eyes white dragon. We will put this thing to attack. We will go battle phase, swing, also. Yeah. So what were you cooking with? I know you said it was jank, but it was just
it's literally intended to be Ultimate Offering Mirage of Nightmare Turbo.
Gotcha.
It's intended to just play an infinite amount of cards in your battle phase.
That's cool.
It is just intended to play on your turn, get rid of Mirage of Nightmare using Karaz after I've hopefully drawn into it using gazillion cards or a billion of my search cards, or preventing you from playing the game using the cards that allow me to do that. Which
I
for
can
some
see now
reason,
why you were asking me how many banned cards there are in the deck when I see a Forceful Sentry, Mirage of Nightmare, and Ultimate Offering here.
yeah, alongside Cold Wave, obviously, which would have been here if I didn't also
Oh yeah,
choose to call it out.
Dimension Fusion as well.
Yeah. And that's why I have DMAG in here, and that's why like the biggest problem was that Plasma obviously doesn't do anything, for example, and Plasma can't even be summoned in battle phase because of the fact that it's not a normal summon, it's a special summon. But like the main goal of the deck would have just been to you go to battle phase, I just spam out every single gadget I have, and then you swing over them, and then I just do the same thing again.
I see.
I pay a
I
billion
see.
life points, and then my turn comes around. I don't have it in here right now because I figured oh, actually I do. And then there's the actual like win con of the deck.
Oh shit! Wait, you were in the kitchen, huh? You're kind
Yeah.
of cooking with this. It's
And
cool.
like the
I'll give it
obviously
that.
like the main goal would have been to use Mirage of my Nightmare with a conjunction with Kuraz and Ultimate Offering, because the idea
Oh yeah,
is
that's
to
cool.
pop Mirage of Nightmare using Kuraz to draw a card,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
you essentially go probably +5 from doing that essentially.
That's
And by
neat.
milling your deck also, you get like, and playing cards like DMAG, you get access to a lot of these cards over and over again. And because you're playing BLS, you get to banish cards for Dimension Fusion, so you can set stuff up using that, and so on and so forth. Gadgets are lights. You have Darks in here using Malicious. You have Plague Spreader in here for Synchro plays. It's shit. Like, it's not a good deck, obviously, but it's relying on a combination of a few cards, and if you get those cards, it's funny.
It's creative, yeah. Well, I mean, I'll give you that. Oh shit, the encryption over here. What gave
It's
you
because it
ultimate offering, by the way? Was that like the
yo
ultimate creature of ultimate destruction? That thing? Oh yeah, true.
yeah, you have it right there too. And then
I
there's
pretty much do. I mean, I'm an
Dark Cubic
honest
Lord
gamer.
also
I don't
gets
play
Darks.
these banned cards, you know.
Yeah. So anyway, want to tell the chat about how you almost played Cold Wave 3 of in your Blue Eyes deck against my
Okay, dead
Spellcraft
ass
heavy
though. I
focus deck?
never had. If you didn't,
Joker.
no, I'm dead ass. If you never talked to me about Cubic Wave, I literally wouldn't have even thought of Cold Wave. Like I was playing it up, but literally I can have like one hand on the heart, and if I had a Bible, I could have the other on Bible. Like I never had it in my deck. Like this deck has not changed in like 3 weeks. Like I can be dead ass because it literally
Yeah.
was like, okay, I'm gonna play Blue Eyes, so I just put in the Blue Eyes shit, and that's it. But I can solemnly swear that I never had it in my deck. I like playing it up, but I assure you I never had it here. So I wonder
So
why did I not just have 3 system down in my side? Because I just had 2.
probably because of the fact that you didn't think it was worth drawing into in your opening hand, and you didn't want to draw into multiples of them over the course of the game. Because one system down wins the game against most of the decks that you'd be using it against.
Probably.
Like,
Mostly
there's
it was
no
also just
recurring at
because
that point.
I just like when we went to side after game 1, I just was looking at my triple wiretap in my side, and then I'm also looking at my own deck which has 0 traps, and I'm like, are there traps in this set? So I
Yes,
guess,
there's,
but
there's like a
you
dozen.
know, wiretapping a ultimate offering would have been pretty neat. But yeah, I didn't end
Yeah.
up even putting it in. What did I even? I cited 1 Raigeki. I cited 2 system down, and obviously the triple melody. Like the melody of Awakening Dragon being in Dodius 2 was so good, because obviously, like, if I have a Chaos form, I can add a Chaos Max and then a Blue Eyes to immediately get access to Chaos Max. If I don't, I can just add Alternative and a Blue Eyes to immediately be able to summon Alternative. Like, melody being in the ODS was so good, but you end
Yeah.
up needing it.
Like most of these cards, like what you're looking at now, is a bunch of bullshit that Konami printed, because Konami was like, guys, what if we fast tracked a set by a year for the TCG, guys? What if we did that? Huh? And then they printed the Blue Eye support like almost a year early. Now it's at Worlds, and now it wins Worlds because they happened to print that shit a year early to counter the meta that was popular.
Okay, but are
Fucking
you surprised when
hate.
it's a popular archetype? And honestly,
in
it's
2016.
never really been super like good, and it is not oppressive. So is it really a problem? It's kind of like I never saw a problem with tier elements. Yeah, I know it's
This
there to
card,
stop pendulum summoning, but pendulum summoning as a
like,
mechanic in Master Rule 3 was always a mistake anyway. Like
yeah,
that shit
but
should
like
not have existed. So
the main issue with this card is just that it exists solely to do that. It doesn't exist to play good in Blue Eyes. It exists solely to make it so that Blue Eyes wins against Pendulum.
yeah,
Like this
and there's a
card is a
problem with
design
that.
mistake.
I don't
Like
know.
I don't think you should ever create a deck that specifically counters a single mechanic in the game. And like the biggest issue obviously was that no other decks at that time were strong enough to overcome what Blue Eyes was doing. Like you think about Burning Abyss, right? Burning Abyss has good ways of dealing with bullshit, and they have good ways and good outs and stuff. But then at the same time, they can't even swing over this shit. These things are too big for VA. Shadow was banned to shit. Cosmo was limited to hell.
I mean, every
And
deck had
practically,
access to lightning, though.
yeah, but Lightning was not something that Burning Abyss could play.
I mean,
Like, if Burning Abyss could play
technically
Lightning...
they could, because you play PK, and then you level
No, but you can't
increase,
summon
and
darks.
then you
So you can only summon darks.
No, but you go for Source of Revealing Light, then you keep the 2 level 4s, and then next turn you make Utopia and the Lightning.
Yeah, so what happens when your opponent just summons out a card that just says, I'm gonna summon a 2 blue eyes cards, I'm gonna pop that Source of Revealing Light, and I'm gonna swing over your little monsters, and you don't have any recourse for that?
Then, I mean, they're goated for that.
Yeah, they're so talented for playing the cards that just outright fuck them over, yeah.
But for a little,
I don't know, I
think
like...
current, how in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, like, Blue Eyes is right now with the newest structure deck, I think, like, is the best state Blue Eyes has been in.
Yeah.
But, like, I think,
See,
I don't know, Blue Eyes is neat because it's like, it's nothing, it's cool, but it doesn't prevent your opponent from playing.
have you read the new Blue Eyes card?
Bro, every deck has negates. If you're at this point,
No,
going like,
it's
okay,
not
you
the
don't
Omni
have
negate.
shits.
It's your opponent cannot banish cards from your graveyard, and then on top of that, you have Spirit Dragon, and you can tag out into anything when this thing dies, and you can even tag out into Spirit Dragon, which lets you tag out into anything you want.
Yep.
It's like they printed this card again to do the exact same thing that Spirit Dragon is doing, like, or did 10 years ago. Like this archetype doesn't get support unless Konami is like, we gotta make money, guys, and we're gonna make it by making it so that Blue Eyes can overperform. Not perform well, not even perform good, but can overperform.
I would rather,
which is what happened at Worlds,
push a fan favorite archetype to overperform than print something like Kashtira. So,
but the problem with this archetype is this archetype wasn't even fucking popular at this time because it was like a piece of shit. You like Blue Eyes, here, have this. Like,
okay.
Blue Eyes wasn't an archetype at the time, and then they just made it like an actual archetype. It was just Blue Eyes with 8 Maiden of Eyes of Blue, and that was it. That was it for like 5 years, and then they printed everything that comes out in essentially this set.
I mean, technically, you could say the same for most things. Like, if you think like that, like, Heroes technically weren't an archetype with Elemental Heroes when Jaden just played them, so...
They were. They have a card that specifically mentions search for a card named with an Elemental Hero in its name.
So you're just essentially like what you're saying is that I don't know.
There are a series of cards that connect other cards.
I don't like the blanket. Like I'm missing the word now, but like I don't know, like how you think of things being archetypes. If you don't think Blue Eyes is an archetype, is what I'm trying.
Blue Eyes is now an archetype, but not at this time. When the Azure Dragon deck came out, it was not an archetype because when it came out, it was originally just Maiden with the Eyes of Blue and Blue Eyes, and it was talking about Blue Eyes White Dragon rather than Blue Eyes cards, because Blue Eyes cards were not a thing when Maiden with the Eyes of Blue came out. It was just Blue Eyes White Dragon, and the fusion summons related to that card.
Yeah, but if Azure Eyes is a level 9 that protects dragon monsters and cares about normal monsters, then I think you don't need to be a Sherlock.
This is this is where the like series and archetype cards come in. There's cards that care about level 3 insects, level 3 light insects, but they never mention digital bugs. So digital bugs are, for example, completely exempt from being an archetype because the fact that they do not ever get mentioned as digital bug cards. They just get mentioned as level 5, level 6, level 3 light bug insect type monsters or whatever the fuck. It's like when this wave of support comes out, and now there's a card that just outright mentions you can send one Blue Eyes card to the graveyard, or you can add a Blue Eyes card from your deck to your hand. That's when the deck becomes an actual archetype. Like Blue Eyes was just a popular card because people liked Blue Eyes when the first structure deck came out. Like people liked Blue Eyes as a card and they wanted to use Blue Eyes in decks. And then they made ways of actually facilitating playing Blue Eyes White Dragon in a deck. And then later they made Blue Eyes into an actual like archetype by making support that plays around using cards with the Blue Eyes moniker rather than just specifically Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, I guess my like how I decipher an archetype is just a like more loose of an explanation and like description than what you use. I guess that's what it boils down to.
But the thing is, like, the term archetype has a
Okay.
definition.
I mean that's
In
fine. I
Yu-Gi-Oh!
don't, but it's like I don't like to think about things as black and white. Essentially, what it boils down to. We don't need to have this argument.
It's not
but-
black and white. It's literally a definition of an archetype
Okay, but
in the game.
yeah, but how I refer to something being an archetype, I think someone who is just thinking about it and looking at Azure Silver Dragon can see how like I consider that to be a part of the Blue Eyes archetype, and it's not
See-
mentioned anywhere. And I don't remember if it was in Dark Side Dimension, but it's literally here as legacy support because I was like, it's a Blue Eyes card, obviously.
See, the issue with this card is that it's not even a Blue Eyes card.
Yeah, because it's Azure Silver Dragon, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but like this card doesn't even interact with the Blue Eyes support that plays with Blue Eyes cards.
yeah,
Like
and
it interacts with Blue Eyes White Dragon, but it doesn't interact with a card that says if you control a Blue Eyes card.
yeah, that's
you cannot
where
use
the
this for
difference in our things come. If I see a card that is it's a blue-eyed white dragon that has Azure Eyes in its name and is a level 9 synchro with the flipped stat line of Blue Eyes and cares about normal monsters and dragon monsters. Like, you wouldn't call that a part of the archetype,
It's a
but I
support
do.
card.
Yeah,
but it's
and I
not
consider
an
support
archetypal card.
cards part of that archetype.
But support cards are beyond the archetype because they're usually more generic in design.
Okay, well, I guess this then calls for, since we talked about like previously, I think it was something with tour guide. It was something like where it's like if something clearly, even if it doesn't have that thing in its name, it's clearly part of that archetype. And that's what
It's a
I
series of
said.
cards.
The part of the archetype, like if we think like Stardust and Quasar, like it counts. Like I always meant there that stuff like Azure Eyes obviously counts. But I guess like now I will reestablish that stuff like Azure Eyes counts for that for Blue Eyes because it is obviously still Blue Eyes adjacent. If you want to call it part of the archetype, I would, but it's still like it counts for stuff like that. It's not as generic if we think something like Tenki or Rhoda, I guess. Like you picking up what I'm putting down?
So okay, think about this real quick. You have Gear Gigant X, right? Gear Gigant X is not a Gear Gia card by name, but it supports all Gear Gia cards directly,
Yeah, because
making
it
it a
mentions
part of the
Gear
Gear Gia archetype.
Effect as
Yeah,
well.
and that's why Gear Gigant X, for example, is a piece of the archetype rather than being just a support card because it's directly supporting all cards of that like archetype. Does that make sense? Like that's like the difference between how Azure Eyes is just a support card and how Gear Gigant X, for example, is an
Yeah,
archetypal card.
I get what you mean. It's more than like what I'm trying to say is I think like that way to look at what I'm talking about as archetypes like feels very black and white to me, which is like if this directly doesn't list this thing, then it can't be a part of the archetype. You see,
Bro
like
is literally
do you see my
telling
point
me
of
that
it?
skull servants aren't an archetype, bro. I don't know, man.
Wait, what am I saying?
You were telling me that skull servants and whites are not an archetype at one point. It's like, bro,
No,
they're
we
literally an
were
archetype.
no. Okay, I've never said that. I assure you, I've never said that. It was literally like by our definition, like wasn't that literally why we changed it to like stuff that would support an archetype even if not by name? It was literally that and or I think that is what sparked the discussion initially. And then when you ask about like Stardust and wanting to play Quasar, like that's what where we went like, okay, yeah, let's actually do this. But I swear, like the White Mare and Skull Servant stuff was the first time this came up, and we literally were like, yeah, obviously you get to play these.
The first time it actually came up was specifically sharks, because sharks are the most famous example of this due to not having any like support for shark cards for almost 20 years. But sharks existing as a playstyle for like 17 years, no, not 17,
Yeah.
15 years before getting their first card that ever mentions search for a shark card from your deck. And like that was the thing that I brought up originally when we were getting towards Abyss Rising, which was the set that we ended up like making this rule in.
Yep.
Like that
The
sharks
like,
whatnot
modern
count.
shark thing came out.
Yeah,
Set
exactly. Because
around.
that was the moment when like it codified them as an archetype, which was like, again like that's kind of the thing where originally the difficulty with legacy support was the fact that there were cards that were not a part of an archetype because they didn't have the name of a thing and they didn't even support the like they might have supported the card directly but they did not have the name of the thing. And Azure Eyes, for example, is now like in that exact same kind of void where it's clearly a blue ice support card. It's intended to be played in a blue ice deck to utilize it with the blue ice cards that came out when the structure deck came out, obviously, because that's where it's from. But it doesn't have any ties to the whole archetype, which is weird. And that's like I think like that's exactly why we're eventually gonna change the whole zombie and dragon thing, because that's also kind of a similar thing where these types have clear like play patterns, but they do not have an overarching archetype. So it's
I did not
yeah.
intend to or expect season 3 to start with drama of this caliber, but
Drama.
I guess I mean I this definitely makes things harder like when it goes to deck building because clearly like now we have so many situations where I literally need to establish like okay, is this thing a part of the archetype or is it not? Because
See, I'm completely fine with you playing Azure Eyes. That's not even the issue. I was more
yeah,
specifically just saying that like you were classifying this as a part of the archetype, for example, and
yeah.
whatnot. And I'm autistic and you're classifying things wrong. I'm gonna fuck you up.
But yeah, didn't expect this to get this heated, but I mean, I welcome it. It's good fun.
Hell,
But yeah,
good thing we planned this in advance, right? Good thing for a little bit of engagement, right?
yeah, definitely. This
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
that
Trust the Sony. Don't worry.
that is true. But yeah, I had something I wanted to change, but I've now completely forgotten about it. So probably wasn't anything important. But yeah. I guess there's now a gray area.
Yeah, like Quasar. Well, actually, Quasar does mention Shooting Star,
Yeah, but
which
not
I'm pretty sure.
Stardust stuff. Which
Yeah,
is
but like, wait, no. Quasar doesn't mention that either. Wait,
no,
Quasar had a line of text
didn't
that
it
says,
summon out shooting
"Oh yeah, it
Riser
summons
Dragon
Shooting
when it's
Star."
or shoot yeah,
No,
I was
no,
like is
the Shooting Star.
summon shooting star or shooting Riser when it goes to grave. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then I'm pretty sure, yes, Shooting Star Dragon requires Stardust Dragon, thus making it so that like essentially these two are connected to Stardust.
Yeah.
That's like the idea, which is like fucking far fetched as hell.
But yeah, I'm yeah, I'm guessing like it was clear from this already, but like going forward, stuff like this, like I mean, we both have a common sense. Like I think we
Yeah.
discussed this also like a few episodes ago when like I was talking about if there's talk about fiend fiend tuners in conjunction with dark dragon synchro monsters. I
It's
think it's
100%
safe
RDA
to,
resonate.
yeah, I think it's safe to then consider that it's part of the RDA and resonator archetype. So like,
Yeah.
I think like this is akin to that, but like that's ultimately like we have common sense. I expect us to both because there's no horse in this race essentially. So I don't expect it to be like, well, Red Eyes Darkness Metal, like, you know, I was playing and it talks about dragons and there's dragons here,
Yeah.
so that's why it's part of like I've it's probably not gonna turn to that, but just to, you know,
Yeah.
clarify
I,
things there.
I think there's better ways of justifying it than that. Like in the sense that here, for example, you could have gone like, well, it's hyphen eyes. It's not blue eyes. It's blue hyphen eyes. So it could be hyphen eyes equals red eyes, right? That would have been like, I'm gonna look at you funny, but be like, I'll allow it.
Yeah, I mean, we established that hyphen something only counts if there is nothing else there. Like something hyphen something, then needs to be the
Yeah.
whole thing. So yeah,
Yeah,
but
exactly. But I would have been like, yeah, okay, yeah, you can have it. I'll allow it.
yeah,
I don't
but I
think it's
mean,
like that
I
bad.
never thought about it to this degree. Like to me, it was always like, yeah, obviously this is a blue eyes card, but
Yeah.
honestly, like the episode would have otherwise like been a little bit shorter. So the discussion just sparking up out of nowhere here, it kind of fits. So it's all G, but
Good podcast section.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, I need to timestamp this to be, I don't know, archetypal discussion or something. We'll figure it out.
Jeexx
But
gets angry. Midge!
that's the no, that's the title of that's the title of actually the YouTube short and the TikTok clip is
Ah.
Roman gets angry over blue eyes in 2025, especially now when since you know Destruction Deck just came out. So people are gonna
Yeah.
think it's about that and it's drama, so everyone's gonna click that and it's like boom.
And then people click on it and it's like, yo, bro, this guy's just arguing semantics. What the fuck?
Yeah. And yeah, I
It's
will not be
get
doing
baited,
that.
bitch.
As you know, I would rather continue us having our calm and enjoyable Yu-Gi-Oh moments in peace instead of have drama frogs talk about like, why did you guys take this thing back here? Because it's called the Yu-Gi-Oh learning journey, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
We take these backsies.
That's why.
Oh yeah, by the way, you remember how I was losing my mind over shit that I drew?
Hmm?
Towards the end of the game. I'm playing Marsh Macaron in my deck.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Did you just
And the
draw?
card that I said was Marsh Macaron, and I drew two of them right after that, which meant that my deck had like I had three of them like stacked on top of each other.
Okay, one of those two that you drew was the one because I said it back. You remember with also.
Oh no
So
no no! I used Mirage of Nightmare, and I drew three cards while after I had
oh,
already
while it
set one
was
of them.
said, ah,
Yeah.
gotcha,
So
gotcha,
I
gotcha.
drew two of them, and it was kind of like annoying.
So the stacking essentially made you draw out of 4 cards 3 macros.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
And
I'll give it
that
that.
was sad.
That was pretty awesome and swag.
Because like if man, I kind of wonder if I didn't have to do the limitation for this, like, because I had a bunch of garnets here, obviously. I had Countergate, I had Dig of Destiny, I had Dimension Guardian, I had Dimension Mirage, and I have Spiritual Swords for, like, filling the deck out. But then I have Clear Kuribo, I have Marsh Macaron, I have Lord Guy the Fierce Knight, even Sentry Soldier, and Assault Wyvern. They're all in here just to hit, like, the required number of cards,
I
while
love the
also
split,
giving me
man. It makes
works.
me play some fucking garbage sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
But I'm
awesome.
wondering, like, if you remove the split from this, is there anything that like does this work? Because I get the sense that if you trim this down, you could get a interesting control deck. Sure, it's full
Oh,
of
the
like
deck?
bad as fuck
You mean like
cards.
does it work?
Yeah, like
Oh
because
yeah,
there's a
I
bunch of
thought
the
like you were
garments.
talking about like does the format of our series work, and I'm like,
No,
oh,
no, 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 no.
but yeah, okay,
I'm
okay, yeah.
talking
That makes a lot
specifically
more
like
sense.
if I remove almost all of the swords of revealing, spiritual swords of revealing light, and like the forceful sentries and all the garnets, is the deck left in a like functional state? I'm kind of curious about that because I think
Good
this
question.
could be a funny deck to play. Like a funny kind of casual deck where you use like Mirage and Nightmare to essentially self-mill yourself.
I
You could play
mean,
even play like Needlebug Nest in this.
hey, 48 more episodes that you can find
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. I mean, when we get to that, deck like actually has even more legs to stand on, because then we have links, and links also will give us access to more bullshit that would arguably make this like run smoother. Also, if DMAG was pre-errata DMAG, this would work way better, because now the issue is I can't use post errata DMAG for anything other than keeping it on board. Because originally I was gonna add I have like rank 8s in here so that I can summon out rank 8 using Synchros, using Malicious, Plague Spreader, and DMAG. But DMAG doesn't add you the spell back to your hand in your interface if you don't have it on board, which is unfortunate.
Did you have anything other than right? No, wait, yeah, Exxon. I was gonna like, did you have anything on top of like Raigeki, the Monarch, and the Monarch to like swing our blue eyes? But yeah, oh yeah, and BLS can also vanish. Yeah. Gotcha.
And Dark Rebellion, and I also have Essential Sky Dragon. I also have Slifer, and I have Kaijus, and I have Plasma.
And Crimson Nova Trinity Dark Cubic Lord, which you can definitely summon. It can swing over
Yeah,
them.
yeah. That's definitely not in here just because it has like 5 different keywords on it.
Crimson and Dark and Lord and fucking everything. It's pretty funny.
I got Crimson Blader from that, and when I realized, oh, Crimson Blader is actually a really good card because it deals with like DMAG and Blue Eyes and even Cubics. Like that's legitimately a really powerful rank 8 to go into, and because I had a fairly good way of going into rank level 8 in this deck because of Malicious and Plague Spreader, I figured that's like a guaranteed shoe in.
Yeah, and I mean Blader can swing over like Spirit.
Yeah, if it's in attack, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, uh, oh yeah. I meant like this thing, because like obviously Spirit Dragon and Silver Dragon would basically always be sitting in defense unless I'm going for a game. But like Dragon Spirit of White, like
Oh
I think I would usually summon in attack, so probably the most likely
that makes sense.
thing to swing over.
Yeah, and then that just kind of walls you for a bit.
Yep.
I think that's not bad. Also, Red Wyvern is in here because I got access to a level 6 Synchro because I needed some of them. And I didn't want to play 2 copies of Gaia Knight because I didn't think it was worth it.
Yeah.
And Darkstrike Fighter, obviously, again in here because it's at level 7 and I got access to it. I was trying to go for Black Rose, but I could not find an actual line for Black Rose.
I see.
Because Sentry Soldier gave me BLS and Forceful Sentry.
Gotcha.
But I didn't find a way to get black. But, I mean, I guess. No, I was gonna say Dark Magician.
Soldier is so fucking funny. Bro was playing Knight and Soldier. Bro was just collecting all the budget warrior names.
Okay, so there's 17 knights pages.
Yeah,
70.
That sounds bro. How many dragons are? Because I'm calling over 30.
45.
45. Jesus.
45.
Yeah.
There's 7 warriors.
Honestly, it doesn't surprise me that Knight is more common than warrior. Because in a name, it just works better, I think.
Yeah, like Last Warrior is one of the best ways of using.
Yeah, warrior from another planet.
Yeah, like that kind of thing.
Lovely.
But then for most parts, it's kind of difficult to get working.
Yeah, but yeah, there you can see why we decided that in the naming convention, let's not do dragons quite yet.
Yeah. I legitimately think that if we were doing dragons from the get-go, this would have been horrendous.
I mean, bro, my ass is not playing anything but dragons. You can get such an insane toolbox every time.
Like, even, like, I would say even stuff like Thunder Dragon is really good.
Yeah.
Like, you can use Thunder Dragon to fetch for stuff to just mill your deck, essentially. Get resources to discard. Like, if we got Twin Twisters as well somehow at this point again, it would be really nice. And it's a light monster, so obviously you're going to be putting in with dark monsters, and you're going to find a way to get BLS in there. You're going to have a good chaos engine every time. You're gonna
Imagine
have
if
access to
Levian Air
Cyber
was out
Dragon.
earlier, so it would be like you just go Thunder Dragons and then
Bro.
you just have Levian Air, just play a dark deck and you just have Levian Air.
Yeah.
It would be pretty good. So yeah, I mean,
It's filthy.
we will release that at some point, and like once again, like as we talked about common sense earlier, like ultimately, although this is obviously for our own gratification and the content there is secondary, it's still like we'd rather this be enjoyable to watch, which is why shit like Shockmaster and Vanity's Emptiness and Cold Wave is now sitting on the ban list. We, by the way, now I made a ban list, so I now can keep track of stuff. I don't think there are gonna be too many things there, but like for now, it's really Reserve Ritualist, Vanity's Emptiness, Shockmaster, Cold Wave, shit like that, and Soul Charge, kinda. But yeah, like
I think
because for the most part, like we can just agree, like, hey, this shit just isn't fun, so let's not play it. Because like, was it like we're not trying to win a fucking Nationals invitation here. We're trying to have fun. So
yeah.
I don't
I
think
came in here with a deck that is intended to play two banned cards
I
that are
actually
Omega
think,
Junkie.
like you were trying to win, and my dueling prowess just simply proved to be too much for you this time, and that is all courtesy of the Kaiba Corporation.
The best possible hand for Blue Eyes against the normal 7 green gadget go.
Okay, actually, one of those four, one of the 5 cards could have been something else.
True, it could have been Ghost Ogre.
It was, what was it? It was Sage, Maiden, Alternative, and a regular Blue Eyes. So the last one could have been Raigeki. Actually, no, game 1 it would have.
Yeah.
Because something for later.
Yeah.
System down. But yeah, no,
System down.
Obviously, like a fucking insane grip. But honestly, after the fucking shitfest that was the anniversary episode, hands, like
bro needs to switch.
I needed this, man. Bro, having to go through that, like again when I was editing that shit yesterday, I was like, brother, this shit was ass. Shout out to y'all who watched that shit though. I mean, 4 hours.
It was me.
Even some parts of it. It had its moments.
Yeah. I like the part where I summoned lightning and you can't make anything out because for some reason my audio keeps fucking up on your end. And
Did
I
it?
don't. Yeah, it's really weird because it keeps like crackling.
Oh, it does it sometimes, but really rarely. It's so rare that like I don't think it's bothering me. Really? I think like it happens so rarely, and I'm a little bit used to it, so I probably don't even realize it at this point. I didn't even realize that.
So it's the complete opposite for me, where I never hear it. So when I was watching the episode, it really stood out. Sense. So I was asking Jojo if it's a problem that actually like comes up like frequently, like if it's an issue that I have with other people as well, then it'll mean that there's something wrong with my setup. But if I don't have it, like I don't have it in the recordings, right? They're not in the deck breakdowns, which would probably imply that there's something wrong with Discord.
I don't think so, but like I said, it comes out like maybe once 2 months, so I literally don't pay attention to it at all. So, fuck do I know? I'll be honest.
What the fuck?
I do not know, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us though, and like I said, like unfortunate I misplayed, didn't go into the synchros, but I'll be playing more Blue Eyes in the future. It's a cool archetype, and as we've established, it just always keeps on getting more support because it's the Konami like break in case of emergency way to actually like print money again. It's Overwatch 2 recently busted out all the nostalgia shit because it's like, all right, we're literally on the red, we need to do something. That's like, for Konami, it's like, all right, fellas, business ain't booming as hard, just send new Blue Eyes support. It just keeps coming back.
The number of cards with white in their name is pretty staggering still. There's like 2 full pages left almost.
And what about cards with black in their name, huh? Konami?
Let's see.
Are they beating the allegations?
There's so many more.
Okay, Konami's not racist, guys. That's awesome.
I don't understand what this implication was, good sir.
If you don't, then hey, good for you.
I will choose to ignore this implication.
That's awesome. But yeah, we'll see Blue Eyes White Dragon in the future as well. It's a fan favorite archetype for the Yugi boomers who don't understand what Endymion, the Mighty Master of Magic, does, just because it has a lot of text. So usually they tend to be pretty simple, which works for a dumbass like myself to be able to pilot it. So that's awesome. And then we'll leave Jeexx to play the DDD Excel sheets so I can go start a family and start up a restaurant chain or something while he's comboing off with Swirl Slime.
I hate this like meme of a fucking.
I don't know why it's okay.
Sheets,
I know why it's specifically DDD because
Farfa.
the first time when I actually heard about like DDD and saw some shit about it, like the first thing on Reddit I stumbled across was literally like some dude posting a fucking Excel sheet. So
yeah, but like that's if you want to have like you have a billion lines because that's how the deck works. Like it's supposed to have a billion lines to different things.
they're fucking
and
scientists,
it can end,
bro.
like,
They're smart.
oh, fuck that, no. Fuck no. They're stupid as fuck. They're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, man. What the fuck do you mean?
I mean the archetype, because like Nicole and Copernicus, like isn't a lot. I mean it's historical figures, but like there's obviously a lot of scientists in there as well.
There's kings, there's emperors, there's scientists. There's like,
bro, it's just the fucking Fate Go archetype. Man.
Yeah, it's just Fate. It's just Fate. And I was gonna say
it's cool and not cringe, so that's cool.
But
the Infernobles have come. Base boost.
I can't wait. Wait, what do you mean?
Oh no, didn't you see that? Because like when you were talking about something like, and I told you like at least like whatever I said wasn't as bad as what you said about Infernobles. Like it was something when you were doing your breakdown on the nobleness, and then was like, no, Infernobles have come, and you put so much emphasis on that she had to put a base boost in there.
I didn't. I was skimming through and I was like, I don't see anything on the. I didn't see. Anything on the screen,
it was just the sound effect. It was just so fucking fun because like it was probably like not intentional, but at least it felt to me like you put so much emphasis on it. I'm like, this dude is doing this shit on purpose.
I was not doing
this dude is farming clips.
Yeah. But yeah. Infernobles are arguably significantly worse at that than Noble Knights, because Noble Knights summon like Mordred and then they summon out boars and then they do their little thing and then they
place that feels
Noble Arm to hand and
different.
Then they do stuff, and then Infernobles are like, okay, so we have 45 minutes in a turn, right? Okay, I'm gonna take 15 minutes to do my combo, and I'm gonna end on two spell trap negates, one monster negate. I'm gonna end it on a non-targeting special summon pop, and also I'm gonna end it on a separate pop and a special summon after that pop.
Phoenix
and I'm gonna chain
my
block
favorite Artorian historical figure.
I can love Gear Free.
My
to be
favorite.
fair, the Infernobles are not even like Arthurian myth anymore or lore anymore. They're the paladins of Charlemagne. So, you know, Charles the Great.
The damn French.
Yeah, the guy that like made Europe or something. That guy. You know,
the big guys, did you know that Lily from Tekken is 17 years old in Tekken 8? That's crazy.
That's crazy. Don't play Tekken 8, guys. Go play Tekken 7 or Tag 2 or something.
You
can play 6.
You can play both.
Actually,
both
don't play 6.
Actually, no, don't play 6. Okay. 7
play
and 8
5
are
DR,
good.
play
5
DR.
is also good, but like 6? That's a bit of a
TTT2,
weird
5, 7.
That's weird. Now 7 and 8 are both bangers. But before we start fighting game propaganda over here, I think we'll call it there. Thank you so very much for watching this Gold Border episode. And
Gold Border?
I think the Dark Side of the Dimension, like the thing was that all cards were in gold rarities.
Isn't there a separate set for that?
Actually, it might have been a separate set for that. That's the one that I bought a box of. So I literally thought that was but it might have been a different version. But
yeah, like there's the Dark Side Dimensions movie pack, and then there's also the gold edition apparently.
Okay, yeah, then it was that. But join us next time when we are venturing into the Dark Illusion, I'm pretty sure we have coming up next. No complimentary set for that, so look forward to that next week. And welcome to Season 3 of the Historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey. This is probably the last time we'll talk about that, because it's the same fucking shit, man. And
we're gonna forget.
There's no point. It just sounds cool in the beginning, but the big 101, thank you so very much for watching, and we will see you next week. So have a good one, y'all, and peace.